Welcome back to Dover International Speedway. There's your top 5 in the MBNA America 400. A look at the hotel that is part of the Speedway and Casino Complex, and the new DuPont Bridge you see there over the entrance to turn number 3. We'll explain that in more detail as the day goes on. Views from our Quaker State aerial coverage.
Man, I thought that was a Hollywood hotel, man. I said Hammond and them have expanded.
Business was picking up.
Yeah, baby.
Home Depot trivia. Who was the last driver to win 3 straight Cup races at Dover?
I think his sponsor is located here close to Dover Downs. Would it be Mr. Jeff Gordon? It's the first one I've got right all year. And I didn't have to look that one up in the book.
Very good.
What makes me mad is I got it written down right here, Larry. You looked in the book. I looked in the book.
All right, we listened in on Dale Jr. and his team as he dissected his car's handling.
A little bit snug, but it's pretty comfortable. Real comfortable to drive. If anything, just a hair snug. It got to bouncing pretty rough in the front.
That's not unusual here at Dover International Speedway, because I mean, this place there, we talk about it, the concrete has it like expansion joints.
Yeah.
And a lot can be gained with the shock package, but I know that was music to the ears of Tony Uri Sr. and Jr. because he was not very happy with that car in final practice yesterday.
And you really lean on the right front tire here. I mean, you really got a lot of wheel cranked into it, and that creates a lot of buildup, air pressure buildup in the right front tire. It gets to feeling like, and you'll hear it before the day's over, a number of drivers will say, my tires feel like basketballs.
16 laps complete. Jeremy Mayfield's led them all. A lot of servicemen on hand here. Dover Air Base very nearby. Members of most of the armed services in uniform and in attendance. 60 years ago on D-Day, Darrell Waltrip's dad was in the Transportation Corps. Larry's father was an Army Master Sergeant. My dad was an engineer designing fighter planes at Lockheed.
Yeah.
So the whole country made the effort, and some gave all.
Yeah, my dad was helped prepare some of the 200,000 vehicles that were shipped over on the 6,500 ships that invaded Normandy that day.
Here's our Singular Wireless virtual crew chief question. Vote now from your Singular Wireless phone. Send text message Fox to phone number 191, or visit foxsports.com to vote online, and stay tuned for the result.
You know, we talked about a lot of teams really missing a setup. We only had ran 12 laps when that caution came out. We had 15 cars that came to pit road. We had a bunch of cars that was about to go a lap down. In fact, we had one that had went a lap down, Kurt Schemmerdine, and he will get the part back on the lead lap.
Yeah, Michael and Kenseth, a bunch of guys that were started to back. The leader was on the same straightaway with them. It's hard to pass here early on.
Stanton Barrett, Morgan Shepherd, and Casey Mears are in the garage. Matt?
Hey, Mike, we caught up with Casey Mears. Casey, looking at your battered race car here, what happened?
I don't know. It looked like Jamie was hung out up high. The 2 Hendrick cars got by him, and I was just kind of following their line. And I don't know. I mean, I have to look at the tape. But my first reaction is I felt like I just got pinched, you know. I mean, maybe he thought because I was his teammate, I was just going to kind of let him in. And, you know, I thought because he's my teammate, he'd give me the room, you know. So I don't think I came up into him. As far as I know, I was just following the line that was going. And instead of wrecking him, I wrecked myself to try not to wreck him. And I'm pretty upset because we just had such a good race car today. And it's early in the race. We're just being real conservative, just trying to get going. And I felt like I got pinched down, but we'll just have to wait and see.
This team has had such a great run lately in the last 6 races. 4 top 10s, Mike.
Green flag coming. Pace truck is in. Matt Kenseth made a late stop on that caution, so he'll restart tail end of the field. Here we go.
Yeah, it was a strange pit stop. They pitted a while ago, then they pitted again to pull the windshield tear off.
Not sure about that restart, Larry, back in there. Supposed to pass to the right. Looked like you're passing everywhere. Look at here.
Battle for the lead. Brian Vickers in that 25 car. He just drives underneath Jeremy Mayfield in the 19. Looks like he wants to bring Ryan Newman in the 12 with him.
Yeah, Jeremy, I don't know if he didn't get the good restart or there's got build up on his tires, but he didn't take off too hot. Not like he did in the initial get-go.
The Busch Series champion racing for Rick Hendrick, Brian Vickers. He is the second leader of the day in the MBNA 400.
Good qualifying run for him, top 5, and he won the Busch Series race here in September.
And Hendrick Motorsports has 9 victories here at Dover.
That, buddy. Awesome job, buddy.
Talked this morning with their engine department head, Randy Dorton. Got a bunch of guests here from Jensen Button's BAR Formula One team here to see what stock car racing is all about.
And I think they were pretty excited to be here.
Not from the technology, but about the racing.
Yeah.
And they're going to see a good one today. Junior underneath Jeff Green, who qualified and practiced well. 16th place at stake.
Whoa.
Whoa.
They made a little contact there. Bump.
And Dave Blaney getting into the picture on the inside of Green.
I think that little nerf that Green got into the side of Dale Jr. there slowed him down, broke his momentum, opened the door for the 23 car. And there goes Tony right around old Russell.
4th place.
And I tell you, we talked about Kurt Busch being the fastest in final practice yesterday. We watched that 20 car. He was right around the bottom of this racetrack and looked like he might be the car to beat today.
Yeah, he was 3rd quick in that practice that we had. And I tell you, of all the cars I watched, consistently he was the best.
Jimmy Johnson around Mark Martin. Martin's off the pace. That or he just waited for that pack to go by and fall in line.
That's typical Mark Martin. You catch Mark Martin, you get on his back bumper, he'll pull down and let you go. I've seen him do it his whole career.
Yeah, he is not off the pace. He's right up to speed.
Right. He's just not going to have somebody hounding him. Not this early in the race anyway.
And one reason these guys are not panicking right now, because the racetrack was so green and they knew cars were going to be maybe having some tire wear issues, is NASCAR's going to throw a caution about lap 30 to 35 just to let, especially the cars that have not pitted yet, check their tires. It's not mandatory you have to pit, but it's an option.
Boy, I tell you something, Jeremy's car didn't get a good restart. It looks like they've got that thing set up for a really good long run, because he is chasing the 25 car back down. He's on his back bumper down. It looks like he's got enough steam there to get around him.
For the lead, Mayfield, who started from the pole at the first 16 laps, goes under Vickers, repays that favor. He's back up front. And the Hendrick teammates, Gordon and Johnson, just swapped position a little further back, 9th place. Jeff Gordon moving up, taking a spot from the Coke 600 winner, Jimmy Johnson. More on Jimmy, Steve Burns.
And Mike, Jimmy Johnson saying that his race car is very neutral. He likes it. And we should mention, as we celebrate D-Day, his grandfather served at D-Day and in the Battle of the Bulge. Kenneth James Johnson served 4 years in World War II, and Jimmy was named after his grandfather.
Ward Burton on the move, and Matt Kenseth, who pitted under that caution, trying to come up 30th place.
And Matt's been getting about a car or two per lap. Again, he had to make another pit stop to get that windshield tear off, which I don't totally understand this early in the race, but evidently he could not see out of it.
Boy, there's a good race going on up here. These two cats are going at it. Tony's all over the back of Ryan Newman. He had a little run on him. I think Ryan slammed the door. Probably wouldn't do that more than once. Ryan's car always seems like it starts off a little too loose, and then they work on it as the day goes on and it comes to him, but sometimes he's just a little too loose early on.
Daryl, I'm already starting to see more black get on this racetrack, which was completely washed off after yesterday afternoon and last night, but now we're starting to see rubber get back down as Tony Stewart just drives by Ryan Newman in the 12 for the 3rd position.
Yeah, and the 24 just got around the 38 back there. So we got some guys coming, and we got some guys going.
And we should see the caution flag. There it is. This is the competition caution, the safety caution, due to the lack of practice and the change in weather. NASCAR brings out the caution. They told the drivers in the morning meeting that at lap 30 there would be a caution flag.
And this is we've already said this is a very treacherous pit road, and there's going to be every car is going to be on pit road. So keep your eyes peeled for trouble on pit road.
Now, I think the strategy here, I definitely think we'll see most of our guys at the front of the field come in, but I think those 15 cars that pitted a while ago, if they feel a little better about their car, I think they'll stay out to get that track position, possibly cars like Matt Kenseth.
Jeff Hammond, to me, that sounds like good strategy, that if you know the caution's coming at 30, why not short pit early?
Mike, that's always a good question when you're trying to figure all this strategy out, but that would be what you'd want to do, is try to get yourself in a sequence that kind of differentiates you and gives you an opportunity maybe to move to the head of the pack and get a little bit closer. But a lot of times that strategy can backfire on you.
Yeah, Jeff, that's a short-term gain for a long-term loss.
Exactly right, Darrell.
I know what you want, Darrell. You wanted 4 tires on that caution. You want 4 more on this one.
Every time a caution comes out, if you're going to win this race, you better come get 4. This is Dover, Delaware. A lot of things change, but that never changes.
Pit road is not open on this lap. They'll open it next time by. Since it is a caution flag, the free pass eligible car is Curtis Shelmerdine. You can play Race the Pros online video game now and only on foxsports.com, keyword games.
You know, this is where they initiated the free pass last year right here, and Ryan Newman was the beneficiary of it, who went on to win the race. One thing that's changed, though, the free pass car, when they started this, could come in and top up before they went back to green. And because he won the race on that strategy, NASCAR took that away.
And that's something NASCAR's done a good job at throughout this whole process, is making changes as they saw the need to, because it's been a learning experience for them too.
A few laps ago under green, Terry Labonte and Greg Biffle got together, and a little bit of contact you'll see here under green flag racing.
Whoa.
And that carried over into the caution flag when those two got together and did just a little bit of nudging and shoving and gesturing.
I think Tony got his tail hung in there. Tony the Tiger.
Now that was after this caution came out.
Now that's the Iceman, who never gets upset.
Yeah, Steve Burns.
Jimmy Johnson in, he said he's snug in the center and tied off. They'll pull a spring rubber out of the left rear of that 48 car. Dick.
Here's in second position on pit road right now. Car is very close to neutral. They're going to change air pressure, and that's going to be a net.
Jeremy Mayfield in, no adjustments. The 19 car, he said earlier on that it was neutral to free, but the car is pretty solid. Going to be a close battle up between the 20 of Stewart and the 19 of Mayfield.
Boy, a lot of close calls down there, all up and down the pit road with what is one of the more narrow pit roads.
Boy, one of the guys that's really got burned on this deal is Rusty Wallace.
Look at that group right there, Dave Blaney. I mean, that group, they only race about once a month. Look at their time spent on pit road, as well as his teammate Scott Wimmer in the 22.
Jeremy Mayfield's crew had a good stop. They have pit position number 1, and out they go.